10-4, Roger. What I mean is if you can hear me out of your PC, not off the phone. I have to keep talking, so it should be like a 10-second delay, but you should be able to hear me. Tell me if it's still working. Alright, then I can hang up now, because as long as your audio is good, everything should be cool. Alright, I love you.
My name is Max Caufield. I came back to Arcadia Bay to study photography at Blackwell Academy. But it was there I started having visions. Visions of the town being wiped out by an impossible storm. I fled to the bathroom to compose myself, but instead witnessed something awful. No! Instinctively reaching out, I discovered I could rewind time.
The girl Max saved was me.
Chloe Price and I were childhood best friends.
We grew close once more as we reveled in Max's strange new powers.
We discovered I can freely rewind up to a few minutes at a time. And if I concentrate on a photo, I can travel much further into the past, projecting my mind back into my younger body.
But we also learned that making significant changes to the past can have devastating consequences for the present.
With the aid of my power, we solved the disappearance of Chloe's friend, Rachel.
But even though we brought Rachel justice, Max's twisting of time had a cost. The storm. Looking down into Arcadia Bay from the lighthouse as the storm raged, I truly believed the only way to save everyone else was for Max to rewind back to that fateful bathroom and let me die.
I was forced to make an impossible choice. Save Chloe, or save Arcadia Bay. After everything that happened, I didn't use my powers for years. I lost myself in photography, a career that brought me to Vermont's prestigious Caledon University, at the invitation of its president, Yasmin Fayed. Being an artist in residence, I worked with some incredible students and staff. Like Amanda Thomas, the lively stand-up comedian who works at the Snapping Turtle, and Vin Lang, Yasmin's assistant and then leader of the mysterious Abraxas Society. Most importantly, I became close friends with Moses Murphy, a nerdy astrophysicist, and Safi Llewellyn Fayed, a glamorous student of poetry, and Yasmin's daughter.
Then, tragedy struck. After a night of stargazing, Max found Safi murdered.
For days, I mourned. Safi's death bringing back painful memories of Chloe, Arcadia Bay, of everything we lost. Then, I heard Safi's voice again. I reached out with my power, rusty from disuse, and shifted into a parallel timeline where Safi was still alive, but still in danger.
Shifting back and forth between the two timelines, Max's investigation uncovered many secrets of Caledon, but the clues didn't add up.
Until I discovered I was not the only one with powers. Safi was a shapeshifter and was using her ability to sow discord and suspicion among the Caledon faculty that she blamed for the fate of her best friend Maya, who took her own life. Working together, we exposed the truth, but in so doing, we discovered someone else had been instrumental in covering up the lies of Caledon. Safi's mother, Yasmin.
Years of resentment overrode Safi's control of her power, her consciousness splintering across the campus as an impossible storm loomed overhead.
In desperation, I grabbed hold of Safi and a photo and pulled both our minds back in time.
In the past, Safi, now clear-minded, begged Max to shoot her, to stop this horror from happening again.
But I refused to repeat my past mistakes, torn between two terrible options. I chose a third way. Inside the storm, causality fractured, I faced my past and united the fragments of Sophie's mind. I merged the timelines back into one, saving Sophie, and together we escaped the storm.
An action that will have significant repercussions. And Sophie herself? She left Caledon on a quest to find other people like her. But before she did, she asked Max if she would support her, flaws and all, or condemn her for the people she hurt.
From the moment I merged the timelines, my ability to rewind time started to return. I have this power to help people. After everything I've been through, I won't run from it anymore.
Okay, so I really like this game series. The young lady that's the heroine
Yeah, and tell her to get the fuck out of there, okay?
has
How?
superpowers.
Maybe. Hold on. Maybe try reminding her that a drum machine doesn't take up half the van and smell like ass after the gig. 20 minutes?
Yeah, you can watch the whole thing. Like after I'm done streaming,
I can make that work.
after I end the stream, it'll repost to my channel probably like 20 minutes later. And after that, anytime you click the link on either social media or directly from YouTube, you'll be able to access the full video. So say if you watch 30 minutes today, but maybe tomorrow or later tonight you want to see the rest of the video, you can either go to one of those two sources and click on it and you can watch the full video.
Fuck. No show means no fee, means no gas, means no tour, means... Fuck! Look, I hear you. My drummer's being a real Lars Ul bitch right now. Give me just 20 more minutes.
I told you, it's now or never.
Come on, we know those barflies aren't going anywhere. Just prorate the 20 minutes out of our cut, all right?
I'm taking 30 minutes. You're
Just
already
give me a
10
thumbs
over.
up if you heard those directions to watch the video.
There goes my new toothbrush money.
Yo, what's going on, man? Thank you. Yeah, that's cool with me.
Not again. It keeps getting worse. But I just need to find the way out.
Okay, I gotta be able to invert these controls. Oops. busy as it be, when you're reading those subtitles, are they big enough? Do you need me to make them smaller or bigger to help you be able to read? Okay, cool.
Assuming there is one.
Alright. See, I like to invert my up and down controls similar to flying an airplane. So you hit down to look up and up to look down. I do it on all my games. Or else I get disoriented when I'm trying to control the camera.
Now, let's talk business. Wrong. You got hella cash.
Haven't talked this way in years. But why does this feel like it was only yesterday?
Now, let's talk business. Wrong. You got hella cash.
Haven't talked this way in years. But why does this feel like it was only yesterday?
Maybe I need to go up the hill.
How long has this been going on? These nightmares that feel like memories. They're only getting worse.
Stop stalling, Max. Pull the trigger.
So this game...
That memory can't be real. The Max I know wouldn't shoot anyone. But why does it feel real?
This game has really dramatic turns and plot twists and storylines and really good dialogue. Pretty deep emotional developments in the story arc with the characters.
I know I'm alive. I've got a decade of memories to prove it. But somewhere, deep in a place I try never to go, I also know I'm dead.
So in the last episode, one of the main characters committed an act of self-harm here. And I'll stop interrupting. I apologize.
My own death. The one I begged Max to choose. It feels realer than my life. But how? Max? Who the fuck are you?
It's okay, you can go ahead and leave the stream as long as you use one of those two avenues that I laid out earlier. You can see the whole stream, whether I show an hour or whatever. It's no problem. Everybody does typos, you know?
There's one person who can help me understand what the fuck is going on. But why do I keep hallucinating her pointing a gun at me?
What is going on in there? Where the hell is the bad?
All you have to do is either go to my Facebook link and click on the stream from there at any time after the stream is done. It'll refresh about 15 minutes later with the full high quality stream, and that way you can go straight to the finished stream, or you can access the same thing by going to youtube.com/TJ Lennon and then going to the home tab and clicking that newest video, which will be at the top. And that'll also take you straight to the full stream once the stream is concluded. No problem.
Wow.
Excuse me.
Okay, fine. I'll go get my camera. Just keep being resplendent till I get back. How long was I gone on this trip? 3
Yeah,
days?
if you have
Somehow
YouTube,
it
if you have the
still feels
YouTube
good
app
to
on
come
either
home to
your
Vermont.
phone or on your smart TV or a tablet or any other internet-connected device, you can watch the stream through
My
that just
camera
the
is
same way as you
underneath
watch through
all
your desktop.
this. Car packing for dummies. Whatever you need most goes to the back. This weekend was the height of my professional success, and I survived it on donuts and coffee. I always tell my students that a key to being an artist is a daily journal practice. Sometimes I even follow it myself. After last year, it was time to start fresh with a new journal.
I can read it if you guys would prefer. If it's harder to read or if I'm reading too slow or too fast, you can let me know. I can read it out loud if needed. Cool. So, in this game, one of the features is as things progress in your story and the storyline develops, before and after chapters and after significant events, she'll journal how she feels. It can affect the game itself. It can also affect her powers. And sometimes in her journal, she details part of the gameplay that has to do with uh, bonding and increasing or decreasing friendships and relationships in the game, which have an impact on the overall story. Another facet is you get access to a cell phone, and you communicate to your friends and stuff like that, and it changes the story depending on how you respond, etc., etc. So obviously we probably got to scroll all the way to the bottom to get to the oldest one. Hold on. There we go. So in the last game, Yasmin is the dean of the college, and her daughter was having trouble. Her daughter was a very popular student on the college campus, but she was having social problems and problems in her private life, and she ended up going to the lookout at the college in the last game and was getting ready to harm herself. And at the end of the game, you had to come up and try to save her and determine the ending of the game. But along the way, you befriended her mom, and her mom had struggles dealing with some of the things she was facing during the school year. The characters on the left, Vin, Safi, Moses, and Amanda are all her friends. Her social circle, so to speak. Oh, wait a minute, am I reading this? Am I reading it the right way? Hold on. Okay, I'm sorry. I should have been reading it top to bottom. I apologize. Because in my actual phone, I reversed the order of my messages, so it's different than how it is on default when you open up your text messages. So that's why I just accidentally read that backwards, thinking I was reading my phone like I'm reading the game. I have never had a Cosmo. I know what they look like though. Neuroplasticity, that sounds familiar. So, at the end of the last game, Vin is the leader of a fraternity on campus. So he has a lot of rushes and pledges or whatever, whichever one. I think those are both male fraternity terms, but Moses is also a student there, and if I'm not mistaken, His best friend is on campus too. She's a female with dreads. The only reason why I'm updating y'all is in case you never had any of the previous games, specifically the last one, or if you're not familiar with where the characters fit in the story as it begins, so that as you watch it, you're able to enjoy the storyline without having blind spots. If I remember correctly, she's either a photographer or a painter as well. Okay, so now we can go back to the game. Take a photo of the sunset. Oops. Okay. Having trouble operating the right stick here.
Some of my students take my class so seriously, it's intimidating. Loretta is smart enough to half-ass her assignments and get away with it.
Alright, is Jambit actually a word? That's one that I've never heard. Maybe she's freestyling, trying to make shit up.
My manager Hazel is always looking out for me.
Yeah, so there are other chapters in the each game is a chapter. So the first game is called Life is Strange. Hold on one second. Cause I have them all. I only have access to this one in the series. Hold on one moment. I'm looking it up for you. So the first one is Life is Strange, and that starts in her hometown. And then Life is Strange 2 is a backstory of what happened. In her hometown, she had a psychic vision of a weather event destroying her hometown and killing most of the people in her hometown. And she had the choice between using her psychic abilities and exposing them to everyone, but she had to choose between saving her best friend or saving her hometown because her powers wouldn't allow her to do both. And you get to make decisions in one game that affects the next game. And I didn't want to sacrifice her friend, but that's like that old thought experiment where you have one person who's an old person on one side of the railroad tracks, and on the other side of the railroad tracks you have three young people, and they're all tied up on the tracks like the old school black and white movies. But there's a train coming, and you're at the junction where the switch is, and you have a choice. Do I let the train run over the old person who's maybe lived a longer life and may feel fulfilled, and that's just one person? Or do I not hit the switch and let it run over the three younger people who have not experienced life yet, but save the older person? Okay, so that's the choice that they gave you at the end of the game. I chose to save the city instead of my friend, because I felt like morally that was the best thing to do. But just like that thought experiment in real life, everyone will look at it differently and be able to make their own choices. But as the games go on, whether you decide to save her or destroy the town, that affects the whole next game too. So the second game is called Life is Strange 2. Um, there's also an add-on where a kid grows up in a neglected home, so he creates an imagination superhero to like help him cope with an absentee parent and a neglectful father. It's called The Awesome Adventures of Captain Spirit. Then the next one, it's two young boys living in California, an older brother and a younger brother, and they leave home and go on a cross-country road trip, but they don't have superpowers. It's also a really good story. Um, the next one is called Life is Strange: True Colors, and it's about a young lady who's a musician, uh, and she changes towns and stuff like that. But she also has superpowers. They're just different from the ones that Max has or Chloe has. And then the last one is called Life is Strange: Double Exposure, which is the one that I was just describing about the college campus and her friends and the principal and stuff.
And sometimes I want to kill her. My agent Hazel said I need to look more like an artist. So I bought this hat. I think I'll stick to looking like Max. The further my life takes me, the more I find myself coming back to this trusty old friend.
Analog, old school. Only old people and antiques know what this is. Or, people who like retro stuff.
The selfie I took just before this trip. I think I knew I'd want to hold on to this moment. Time for your close-up.
I wanted to get the squirrel in the picture. So, in this game, one of her other superpowers relates to being able, if you're familiar with photography, double exposure is a something you can do in photo taking. Now, in real life, it has one uh, reason for you doing it. In this game, it's tied to her being able to control time, because part of her superpower is being able to rewind time to help right wrongs. So, but it also can open up other avenues in the game, like decision choices, or like say you're trying to help somebody cross the street, an old lady, just for this example, and she stumbles, and there's a car coming, and maybe you hit the wrong button or you don't save her in time. You can use double exposure or rewind time to try to go back and right a wrong if you were unable to do it. It doesn't always have to be that serious, but like say if you have a disagreement or argument with someone in a conversation, something that's simple, you can also rewind time and say the right thing, like all of us wish we could do at times. Get my photo taking skills together because that second one looked terrible. Hold on, man. You're texting me so fast I can't read it. Dude. Sky is text bombing me. I gotta wait until it quits beeping. Okay, Turtle is the name of the bar on campus. It's a regular bar, but it also has a section for indie bands and stuff to come perform rock and roll and whatnot. Okay, that's the one we already read earlier, so where's these new messages start? Okay, okay, so this is, I think this is it. Oh, apparently there's a fire on the campus and there's also somebody that's been attacked.
Something horrible is happening on campus. I've got to get back now. I've been gone for 3 days and all hell has broken loose. This is so horrible.
Maybe the aftermath of some kind of protest here.
Where's the damn fire department? They're all tied up at that destroyed building where this mess started. Fremont? But all the students are down here! Fuck!
All units on site, 1082 at the Fine Arts Building. Repeat, all units.
Damn it! Come on!
Loretta's march? What does Loretta have to do with all of this?
Okay, so I think I forgot. There's also a character here who is like a tabloid news reporter for the campus newspaper, and she's always up in other people's business, trying to stir the pot, and what she really does is spread rumors.
Where did all this come from?
The real National Enquirer type.
Get us out of here!
No! Hang on! I will get help!
Someone set this fire on purpose.
Damn, I thought... Is that an emergency call box over there? Oh, shit!
The security, there's students trapped in the atrium.
No shit, you need to clear out now.
The whole campus is burning. This is so horrible.
Help!
Moses? Hold on! I'm coming!
Max, hurry, the roof is caving in!
No. Come on. Come on. I'll save you, Moses. I'll save everyone. Just give me time. No smoke. No screams. I did it. Oh God, I did it. I jumped into a photo again. I'm sure this won't have terrible, far-reaching consequences for the school or the people I love.
So if you've ever seen sci-fi movies, I'm sorry, hold on. If you've ever seen sci-fi movies where there's a paradox called the grandfather paradox as far as pertaining to time travel. And the theory is, if you go back in time and you kill your grandfather, he won't be able to impregnate your mother and you won't exist. And that's the paradox. So that in time travel, it's theorized what you can do and what you can't do because it can affect your future. So she also has that mechanic within her superpowers where the more things you change or rearrange when you're rewinding time, it can have a negative effect on not only the time travel feature, but also in the real life of the character in the game. Similar to sci-fi movies.
It's Friday. The fire started Sunday evening. Okay. Maybe I shouldn't have come back. Maybe I'll just fuck everything up. But maybe I can't fuck it up any more than it already was. I'm here now. I can do something. I have to do something.
There's also original music throughout every game, and these interactions, you can either listen to the music, or once the dialogue's done, you can skip it. I enjoy music and it's really well done, so typically it's either up to the gamer or whatever.
What did I do after I took this photo? It feels like a lifetime ago. Yes, I was going to see Moses. If anyone will know what to do, it's the physicist who studies time travel. And we will do something. My powers are complicated, and they can be dangerous. But this is my home, and I won't let it. Oh my God.
So she actually took that photo before the campus fire happened. So I'm assuming here, but it seems as though she was able to be in two places at one time.
Hi, Hazel.
Max, big night tonight. How are you feeling?
I'm sorry. Something really, really big has come up. I can't make it this weekend.
Are kidding me. Max, these are not the kind of people you want to cancel on.
I'm so sorry for the late notice. I only just found out myself.
Okay, I see this all the time. Young, talented artist on the verge of stardom. You're feeling some jitters. I get it.
No, it's not that. I know what I need to do.
So, in the last chapter of the game, she's always been an amateur photographer since she was a young girl. But in recent years, right before she became a professor, she got some of her photographs published nationally. And while she was being a professor, different art galleries and stuff started also picking up her photography. And one of the plot points in the story is her trying to choose the direction of where her life should go. Should she chase more adventure and want to be a professional photographer and live in the big city? Or should she stay on the campus and be a professor because she gets fulfillment in her life helping the younger people navigate their way through their first big chapter in life, you know, primary school, secondary school, after high school you go to college, etc., you know. Man, so planetariums are so cool.
But for how long?
Like, especially when you're able to go into one of those big rooms and it shows you different parts of the solar system. It can actually, like, feel like you're standing in outer space.
Moses should be waiting for me in his office.
Okay, Loretta is that reporter from the newspaper that I spoke about earlier. In the last chapter, though, I wasn't mean to her in the last chapter when she was chasing her news stories, because she's green and she was asking her interview subjects questions that she thought was hard-hitting but were insensitive, and I just tried to guide her in a better direction, especially if she wants to be a professional in the future. I think personally that would be an awesome like superpower. Most people crack jokes like if you could have a superpower, what would you choose? First thing 90% of people is gonna do is X-ray vision. Guys are gonna say X-ray vision so they can see boobs. Other people, I mean, maybe, you know, I don't know what women would wish for, but time traveling would be a cool superpower. How many things could you do? How many people could you help, etc., etc. Safi also has superpowers, but she's a little bit more of a firecracker, and her superpowers can not only hurt her but also hurt other people if she can't control her emotions when she's using her superpower. If you've ever saw Back to the Future, and I spoke about paradoxes before, one thing that I've thought about and seen effects of in this game, okay, no problem, have fun, that I've seen in this game is that it's possible that maybe going back in time can harm the time-space continuum. Maybe not just affecting her, but other timelines in the theory of the multiverse. Okay, journal, text messages are checked. Okay. Thank you for tuning in, I appreciate it.
Is a jack-o'-lantern series too on the nose for a New England photographer? I wonder how Moses will react to all this.
I wish we could see what a black hole looks like up close without being sucked into the infinite dark. Because they look wild as hell. But if you ever get to see what a black hole looks like, you know, you're never going to, like, come back. Well, as far as our technology could tell. Okay. So I guess you could collect maybe mixtapes or podcasts and news reports or something. I just wanted to see if there was any trophy or progression to the story attached to listening to it.
Secrets. Corruption.
Oh, okay.
Occultism. Power. Welcome
Maybe
back
she's
to
a conspiracy podcaster.
Caledon's only podcast dedicated to uncovering the hidden underbelly of the Abraxas Society.
I thought she was going to do a show.
I am your host, Loretta Rice. This is episode 4, The Hall of Secrets. It has long been known that Abraxas is no ordinary campus club. It seems to operate by its own rules and logic. Take their recent battle with the administration over housing. The Abraxas House is a Caledon-owned building at the periphery of Ridgecrest. After the storm, President Owen Teller declared the building uninhabitable and quickly advanced plans to have it condemned. Now, whatever one thinks about the administration's expansion
Oops, wrong button, I'm sorry.
plans, branded Caledon 2.0, university bylaws are very clear that Abraxas students must submit to relocation or risk disciplinary action. But this is not what happened. Instead, students have been returning to the building, squatting in their old rooms, and staging disruptive protests.
But what if they didn't start the fire? What if it was a setup?
Back indefinitely. Now, my role as a journalist is not to pick sides, but to uncover the truth. And I have come to believe that the reason for Abraxas' peculiar leverage may rest inside the very house they are illegitimately occupying. Sources tell me of a section in the Abraxas house known as the Hall of Secrets. What is contained within it? No one knows. But I'm told it has been passed down for decades and remains very well concealed from even the most senior Abraxas members. It stands to reason that these secrets hold the key to understanding not just Abraxas, but also its peculiar hold over Caledon University. I, your faithful reporter, will not rest until I have uncovered the Hall of Secrets myself and revealed what lies within.
Okay, wait a minute. Oh, this is the restroom. Oops, wrong button. Shit. Oops. Okay, so I remember from last chapter that that's Moses's living quarters or whatever, his office or something.
Come for the world-class education, stay for the timeshare presentation. Yasmin's replacement has some big ideas for the school. Kinda wish he'd keep them to himself.
I do remember last season there was a male professor here, and he went from everybody's favorite professor to people disliking him and stuff. And he was actually trying to like use someone else's life story, and a mix of plagiarism and him trying to spruce up his own creative stuff to make money. Okay, I think that's yeah, that's where I came in at.
Chloe made a model of the solar system for the Blackwell Science Fair. I wonder if Joyce still has it.
In the first game, her high school was a private school called Blackwell Academy.
My classroom is the great outdoors. At least until it starts snowing. Moses should be in his office waiting for our hot chocolate date. Moses, I'm from the future. I bring dark tidings of... No, too biblical.
I told Dr. Jordan he didn't need to convince me. My own conversations with you were sufficient, not to mention your student ratings. Your intro courses are 9s in a sea of 4s. For you to be so highly regarded, especially by
Moses is one of the smartest people on campus. He's continually made the dean's list. He's trying to be an astrophysicist.
Very highly regarded, it seems.
Max? You okay?
Sorry. Long day. You were saying?
I was just telling Moses that he is officially invited to join the Caledon faculty once he becomes Dr. Murphy next year.
Right, the job offer. I remember. I mean... I overheard Vin on a call yesterday. Congratulations.
Thanks. I'm still taking it in. But President Teller's plans for the physics department are very exciting.
This building is the one real investment that Caledon has made in the sciences. With 4 departments under one roof, we need to expand. And that's just the beginning. In a few years, the whole school will look like this, a cutting-edge research institution to rival MIT.
This school is actually more of an arts college. So that sounds more
I
corporate.
thought most students came to Caledon for liberal arts.
Currently, yes. But if we want to remain competitive and move past the events of last year, Caledon needs to modernize. Dr. Fayyad was
the school was supposed to be about education, not about money.
Finding Moses was one of her many successes. But she had an idealistic streak, which reminds me, Max, do your students still have all A's?
Everyone who's still in the class has an A, but plenty of students dropped when they realized how tough it would be.
I noticed that too. Not the academic curve we strive for, but perhaps that wasn't covered in your orientation.
Max isn't a traditional academic, but she's amazing with her students. Like you said, Yasmin has an eye for talent. She was even talking about creating a photography major.
It's not that I doubt your talent, Max. You're just a beneficiary of her short-sightedness.
Well, that's condescending.
An instructor with no teaching experience or terminal degree, living rent-free in the house that was once reserved for visiting luminaries? It's like, how was this allowed to happen?
Wow. I do not remember this conversation being such a disaster.
Well, duty calls. Moses, contact my office if you have any questions about the offer.
That equation on the wall with the hanging in there cat, that's also a thought experiment
to fire me.
called Schrodinger's cat. You should Google it one time. It's super interesting.
Offer. But you had to remember, so... You're not rewinding from later today, are you?
You're good. I'm back from Sunday.
Did you jump back into a photo? We agreed that was too dangerous.
If you saw the alternative, I think you'd agree it was worth the risk.
What happened? Did something go wrong with the gallery show?
No, the show was...
Jump is actually a more extreme version of her superpowers, and sometimes it harms her. It would make her tired, or she gets, I think, nosebleeds.
Incredible, but...
like maybe intracranial problems or something like that.
Something at Caledon went very, very wrong. There was a protest about something. It turned into a riot. By the time I got back, the whole campus was on fire. Look.
That's definitely the campus on fire. Compositionally, it is a bit more abstract than usual.
I wasn't trying to take a photo. I dropped my camera when I saw you. There were students trapped inside. It was bad. I think a lot of people got hurt.
Okay. Before you came back here through the photo, did you try to rewind in the fire?
I wasn't sure if I should. I've used my powers to save people before. It doesn't always end well.
Yet you came back here. And I'm glad you did.
I've never felt so powerless before. All that destruction, and there was nothing I could do.
That's not true. You bought us time. Time that we'll make the most of. So, where should we start? Fire department? They'll just laugh at us. We should act normal. Search for clues, talk to suspects without rousing suspicion. Which is exactly what your powers are perfect for. Did we do any rewind testing when you were here the first time?
No, we just talked about my trip over hot chocolate.
Then let's change that.
Just wait a minute.
We'll practice your skills, and if you run into any danger this weekend, you'll be ready.
Get down.
Let's get to work. Moses is right. I need to be prepared for this weekend. Moses likes working on this when I'm around. I'm his Control-Z. Tony and Moses make it look easy. How do you keep somebody that close for that long? Moses is so passionate about physics, but as far as I can tell, physics is just loading screens.
Shit. To me, physics is like, what's it called? I can't think of the word now. The Voynich manuscript. It's an old, antique book of knowledge that ever since it was discovered, no one's been able to decipher it. That's how I feel when I'm trying to learn about physics.
I'm 90% sure that Harold isn't real. Moses just made up a fake grad student to get an office all to himself. We've covered a lot of ground these past months together. Yeah, about that whole avoid section. After everything with the timelines last year, Moses thinks my powers might have evolved in other ways. Not sure if I want to know if he's right. Moses has been tracking weather patterns along with our rewind testing. No correlation yet. A cutting from Maya's memorial tree. We're planning to give it to Sophie, if she ever comes back. You really understand how I'm feeling right now? Turtle strapped to a rocket booster? Aw, May's at the vet. I was in the mood for another staring contest.
So, Mae Jemison was the first black female astronaut. I remember watching the launch.
Moses had me rewind after the first scene of Brain Bucket 3 because he, quote, needed to unsee that.
Alright, I'm gonna finish this conversation and then...
Yasmin has been through hell in the last year. Not that she didn't deserve some of it, but still.
And then I have to take my dogs to POTTY. So I'll come back in, get me some lunch, maybe about 20-30 minutes, I'll start another stream.
Safi's been radio silent for almost a year. I wish we knew where she was. I was really worried when Moses said I should practice my powers. But he was sure we could do it safely, and so far, he's been right. You really missed your calling as the host of a children's science show.
There's still time. Let's begin. What was drawn on that card?
Seriously?
I never joke about testing, Max.
And yet you're such a ham. One moment. Time to fire up my rewind powers so I can grab that index card before Moses rips it. Moses and I don't have many common interests, but Chloe and I didn't either. With the right person, it doesn't matter. Yoink!
Welcome back!
Who's this formidable fellow?
That is the evil Swordmaster Frostbite from No True Samurai. Test number 1. Tell me who killed him.
I have no idea. Let me guess. I can find the answer somewhere in this very room.
Who cares? It's a one-strike question. Test failed.
You're the worst.
I thought it was actually a real question about his favorite comic book.
Who was the murder victim? Frostbite? Maybe a fire flinger did the deed. I doubt this little guy starred in No True Samurai, but anime can surprise me. Moses likes working on this when I'm around. I'm his Control-Z.
Oops.
Are you my mystery killer?
I'm gonna go with the samurai.
Oh, I'll find Swordmaster Frostbite's killer, Moses. Just you wait.
Maybe I missed something upstairs.
You really understand how I'm feeling right now. Turtle strapped to a rocket booster.
Oops.
you're definitely no true samurai. But are you the killer? So, your name is Mina, but did you kill the samurai? Where's the proof? So, your name is Mina, but did you kill the samurai? Where's the proof? Moses' secret contraband kettle out in the open? Aw, May's at the vet. I was in the mood for another staring contest.
I don't know where to look at now.
How dare Moses be good at art and physics? Some of us can barely be good at one thing.
Okay, my apologies. I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream so I can take them out and make lunch. I'll be back soon. I hope you had fun. I enjoy spending time with y'all. Holla at me.